then, welcome back to a Reasonably Prepared podcast. I'm your host, one of them,
with the most,
Joshua, and you may have noticed that the intro to this podcast has a different name in it as a co-host. We're co-hosts to each other, I guess, right? Yeah. Than on all of the previous episodes. Who are you?
I am Isaiah. I'm back.
Again. Back again. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know who Isaiah is, you can go reference and watch the original podcast with him in it. Not the original podcast of Reason Prepared, but just his first time on the show.
Absolutely. That we're going to dub it the Absolutely Show. Absolutely.
Yeah. And he was giving his story, his preparedness story, and how long we've known each other, and we were just kind of hanging out. You know,
it was a good time.
Yeah, it was an unscripted, or not unscripted, but we didn't have any real agenda other than just to say your story and how long we've known each other.
It was good stuff.
Right. Well, I wanted to let everybody know who does listen to the podcast and has been listening to the podcast that Leah, the counterpart she helped me start Reasonably Prepared in general, and she was going to be a very large part of it. Well, her life has gotten really, really full, and I got really angry with her about it.
Ooh.
Right? And I was like, look, I don't care if you're raising and being an awesome mom to 4 kids. I don't care that you're homeschooling, and you're tutoring 3 or 4 other families and getting them on sure footing in homeschooling as through this COVID thing, right, where people can't go back to school and they don't know what to do. And so I got really just absurdly upset and said, you know what? Fine, you're out. You're done.
You're fired.
Right. And so that didn't happen at all. I'm such a jerk for even saying it. No, Leah's life has gotten so full. She wants to be involved as she has margin for it. Right. And she sat down with me a little while ago and she's like, honey, I love you. And I love what we're doing. But I can't. And another thing that's happening is in the fall, Leah will be she's going back to college. So not only is she being an awesome wife, an awesome mom, just an awesome person all around, but she's going to have a full schedule of going back to school. So, and she sat me down and she said, honey, I love you, but you need somebody else who's just as dedicated and really into this. You need another partner, somebody to partner with. And so I prayed about it and I talked about it, or I thought about it, talked it over with her, and then it just seemed a logical choice.
This beautiful face showed up.
Beautiful face showed up. That Isaiah, my buddy Isaiah, he is partnering with me to make as much preparedness content as we can to help anybody on their preparedness journey, because it's a passion of his as well.
Yes. I've been prepping. If you look at the other episode that I did earlier, this is one of my passions. I love prepping, making sure my family is safe, and providing for my family in any type of situation. So I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the Reasonably Prepared podcast. And not only will he be doing podcast stuff, he's going to become a permanent fixture for the channel as well. And we have lots of content coming out, and he's bringing an element of fun that me and Leah were so serious all the time. We're like, hey, we're going to help, and we're serious, but when Isaiah and I get together, it becomes kind of a little ridiculous sometimes. So
yeah.
Even on the 2 episodes that you were on, we were really, really tame, right? So as we get more comfortable doing this together, it might get a little weird. But regardless, we are here to help.
Yes.
Yeah. So he'll also be taking over. I'm so bad with the social media side of this. I'm so bad. And for all of you who want to get involved on, say, through Facebook group or things like that, let me just give you my sincere apologies that I'm just terrible at it. I don't like doing it. I don't go on. I don't do the Instagrammals and the Facebooks and the TikToks and everything. But we are gonna have a little bit larger social media presence to help anybody out who wants help, and to really build the community, because that's the ultimate goal, is to build a strong community. People are prepared so we can help each other out.
Answer questions.
Yeah. And so he's going to be taking over that part of it as well. and I'm just super duper stoked about that.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
So while you're doing the preparedness, online presence, I have a question for you.
Ooh.
Do you like being spied on by the government?
Oh, no.
You don't?
No, not at all.
So you don't like people or the government or hackers or snooping around while you're on the internet?
Believe it or not, no.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's interesting. I thought you would say absolutely like everybody else. Another question. Do you like the fact that governments and businesses only do certain things here in the United States, like on Netflix and Amazon, and you can't access the other TV shows?
They do that?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they do. They do. Well, it sounds like to me you need a VPN,
What's a VPN?
virtual private network.
Wow, that sounds complicated.
It's very complicated, which is why I didn't invent it. But because someone else did invent it, we can log on to a virtual private network, log onto a server, and go gray man on the internet, right?
Gray man.
And the reason I bring it up is because we've partnered with Surfshark. Surfshark has partnered with us. We reached out to them, and they liked our content, and so we're able to offer for Surfshark if you click on the link to Surfshark, you're going to be able to get their access to their VPN for 81% off.
81%?
81% off. It's going to make it, I think it's $59.75. It's almost right at $60 for 2 full years.
Man, 2 years.
Unlimited devices. So, if you're concerned about cybersecurity, if you're concerned about people seeing what you're doing on the internet, whether it be Uncle Sam or whether it be hackers or anything, while if you're out at Starbucks and you need to get on the internet, you can just log on to one of their servers, and they have a bunch of them all over the world. Log onto their server, and then you can go gray man on the internet, and everything's fully encrypted, and it will keep you safe. And then, a bonus to it is if there's content, let's say in Europe or England, and you want to watch, you can unlock a larger Netflix
library.
Library catalog, or go look at other news sources outside of what you get in your local areas and things like that. So, go check out Surfshark. Click the link below. Do some research of your own to see if that's going to be right for you. If you do that, you'll get 81% off at $60 for 2 full years for unlimited devices. That breaks down to like $250 a month, and all your devices can be covered.
And that's key right there. Unlimited devices?
Yeah, because none of the others do that. They all have a limited amount of devices, and Surfshark is so awesome. They allow you that. So click on the links below. Everything's in there. We want to thank Surfshark for partnering with us to do that, and go do that. Anyway, back to the show. You need to talk.
I know.
We're making it awkward.
We are.
A little awkward. Anyway, so that's it for now on this episode. It's a really short one. We just wanted to give a little caveat to what Isaiah's doing here, and all of the content that we're going to be creating. And actually, what's really funny is bringing you in. Like the ideas, the episode ideas, the content ideas. There was content ideas like quadrupled in one day as we started talking about you bringing in a dynamic. Yeah,
absolutely. We are going to be on location. We're going to be in the studio, and this is exciting times. Very exciting times. So
yeah, I think here in the future we're going to go over your preps and my preps. And kind of give a breakdown of how we do things in our own homes to maybe help other people. And, a couple of people have sent us videos, and they would like us to critique their preps. And they said, you can share this with the community so we're going to do that as well. I don't know if we're going to do that on a podcast or on a video. So I just want to say thank you to all the people who are doing that. If you want your preps to be kind of critiqued and us go over, see what we like, what we don't like, what some of the plot holes in your game are. Because number one, it actually helps us. It gives us cool ideas, sometimes because I'm like, oh, I hadn't thought of doing that. And then we can also give some perspective just to help, not to chastise anybody. So you can just email us at reasonablyprepared@gmail.com and send that to us. It would be really cool it is really cool to see other people. So we'll do videos on that and maybe even have discussions on what we're learning from other people as well, because we're all on this journey. You know, it's not like we've been preparedness minded and prepping for a long time, but man, we're still. Sometimes I still feel like I'm still beginning this. You know, like
Right.
you know, or having to do resets all the time, or you know, because things change and life changes, and it's a living, breathing hobby.
Right. We don't know it all.
No.
You know, but we're gonna get there.
No, but what's funny is together we know twice as much as I know alone.
Right. I like it.
Yeah, and you know, when we're hanging out with each other, and we get to exercise things like the mastermind principle and really bounce ideas off each other and work things out. So anyway, so that's what's going on now with Reason to Be Prepared as far as the podcast is concerned and the channel is concerned. Isaiah is now becoming the permanent fiction partner, and then Leah has a lot of content that like she literally has 5 or 6 episode ideas that she really wants to discuss. She just hasn't the time and the margin to do it. But she will be back on the show giving her lovely, patient, kind, generous perspective on preparedness as it pertains to being a mom and a wife and a lady in today's world. So, Leah, keep being awesome. And Isaiah, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah. And
so new era.
A
new era of awesomeness.
Yeah. Well, and, you know, we're still kind of in the beginning of this thing.
Yeah.
You know, I think we're still at around the 10 episodes right now, so it's kind of a good time to build this off of, and it's awesome. So anyway,
Hit the ground
that's it. Everybody be blessed, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Pax.